Meantime, Vice President Kamala Harris will oversee immigration at the U.S.-Mexico border.
President Biden making that announcement earlier today. The vice president will work directly with leaders of Mexico and some Central American countries to stem the flow of migrants into the U.S. A major focus will be placed on countries like Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador. Meantime, we are seeing some new video tonight of border agents processing families who just crossed the Rio Grande River into Texas. In the video, you can see some people lining up for transportation to another area. And as NewsNation's Marky Martin shows us, this is also the first time we are seeing inside some other facilities across the state.
Several new developments today in regards to the immigration surge that is happening across the southern border, and trips to some of these overflow facilities are starting to ramp up for elected officials. And today, one media camera was allowed to go on an official White House trip to Carrizo Springs, Texas. We've blurred out the children's faces, but these are some of the 766 minors currently staying at this overflow facility on the southern tip of Texas. They're all teen boys. Unit leaders lead them to different buildings on the property. NewsNation is told there's a medical unit and a dining area as well, and that 108 of these children have tested positive for COVID-19.
Every child is screened, every child is tested, and no child is released if they're tested positive for COVID.
The trip was made by White House officials and members of Congress who saw it for themselves.
But we don't need to have children in a facility like this. We need to expedite the process to make sure that those children are united with their guardians, their family members, and taken out of this facility as soon as possible.
HHS Refugee Resettlement Director Cindy Huang says right now her team is just trying to meet a basic level of care for these kids.
Basic health, safety, food, and then also adding services like case management, counseling that improve their well-being and also help them reunify with their families.
This Friday, 18 GOP senators are scheduled to travel to Donna, Texas, where the first leaked images emerged of children in a cramped shelter. Officials say it's over capacity by 1,500%. Several of those lawmakers, including Senators Ted Cruz and James Lankford, blasting the Biden administration for lacking the transparency it campaigned on.
The Biden administration has issued a gag order, a blackout order that the media cannot come. For 4 years, we heard Democrats going on and on about kids in cages. Well, Joe Biden desperately does not want you to see the Biden cages.
I'm going down to the Texas border to take a look because I can't look on any media and be able to tell what's going on, because not a single member of the media is allowed to be able to go to take a look at this facility. That's not true of any of the 4 previous administrations.
In Dallas, even the president of the League of United Latin American Citizens, who supports Biden's overall approach to immigration, took to the lectern in front of the convention center on Wednesday.
And it is a crisis. It is not a challenge.
Domingo Garcia asking the president to tell Central Americans the borders are not open, that many families are being sent back to their country of origin. And he asked Governor Greg Abbott to grant temporary citizenship to every child coming across.
Governor Abbott, you said that these children were the victims of sexual trafficking, human trafficking. If they are so, then we're asking you today to have the Texas Department of Public Safety grant and apply for S visas, victims of crime, for all these children, allowing them to be legally in this country.
And Domingo Garcia also confirming with NewsNation today that not a single child here within this Dallas Convention Center has been transferred to a guardian or even a foster family, and that none of these kids have yet to receive their COVID-19 vaccines. Reporting in Dallas tonight, Marky Martin, NewsNation.